Hey everybody, Notorious here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you a new hitch that I created and developed called the Synergy Hitch. This hitch is premier. It was inspired by the Stitched Hitch, which was created by a friend of mine who goes by Brocky on the Treebuzz and Treehouse forums. And if you're not familiar with the Stitched Hitch, search Stitched, STICHT, plus Notorious, not the word or the symbol plus, but just add Notorious after that. And you should be able to find three of my videos where I show the Stitched Hitch, and one where I go actually in depth about the Stitched Hitch. That was a collaboration between myself and Brocky. But here we go. This is the Synergy Hitch, and if you look, it's got, same as a Stitched Hitch, it's got the coil, and pretty much same as any hitch. The coil is pretty much quintessential. But if you look in the back, I've also got a elbow, which is exactly like the Stitched Hitch, and the Stitched Hitch also has a ring. But the Stitched Hitch is a lot more simplistic than mine. It's easier to tie, and it requires less hitch cord length. But mine sort of is unique because it doesn't just go from the coil into the ring, into the back, create an elbow, and come out. It has the additional feature of having this sort of loop here that helps depress the ring against the rope. So I think that's pretty cool and pretty unique. And I haven't done too much testing on it, so I need my subscribers and followers and viewers to try this out and give me their impressions. For me, it did work. It did work without a rope wrench. But I admittedly have only tried it once. So, that's not a huge data set. However, one time is enough to definitely instill confidence. And just because it is so structurally similar to the Stitched Hitch, I would be very surprised if people found out that it did not actually work without a rope wrench. So I'm under the impression that it will. Give it a try. I need my my team of subscribers and viewers to go out there, try this out. I haven't been feeling well lately, so I really haven't been doing a lot of climbing. So I need your help, and when I'm able, I will be doing testing on this myself. So leave your experience reports in the comments. All right, having said that, let's get to the part that everyone really cares about, the tying. In order to tie the Synergy Hitch, you're going to begin by wrapping up and creating a coil. This should come as a surprise to no one because most climbing hitches begin this way. And this hitch is no different. Next, we're going to take the bottom leg and create a loop. So we're going to bring it and put it below itself. All right? So now we're going to size it down to match the size of the ring. All right? So we got this ring, and we're going to bring it down under this loop. So now that we match the size of the ring, we can take the top strand or leg, and we're going to take this coil here, and we're going to pull out all the slack. So we're going to take this and twist it to the clockwise so that we can pull out the excess. Take your index finger and depress the top of the coil so that it doesn't bring that slack back in. And then we're going to take this leg and feed it through the hitch cord leg ring and the actual ring. All right. Pull that out. Now, keeping your finger, I'm grabbing the hitch cord leg here with my two fingers here to make sure that the coil doesn't pull back any of the slack. Next, I'm going to take this leg here and I'm going to put it on the right side of the rope. So this one on the left side of the rope through the hitch cord ring and the actual ring, and this one's going to go through the hitch cord ring and the actual ring on the right side of the rope. So let's put it through. Now, you don't want to pull this one too hard. Once you set the size of the loop, you're good to go. You don't need to, tighten this one too much. But my recommendation is that you create a loop that is slightly smaller than the ring. So you can see that with the ring here, the actual ring is sticking out a little more than this. That's how you want it, because you don't want this ring here created by the hitch cord leg to slide over this ring. That would create catastrophic failure, and your hitch would suddenly go slack by maybe 2 inches or so. So you don't want that. You want your ring, your hitch cord ring, to be smaller than the actual ring so that it doesn't get pulled over the real ring. So let's size that a little bit, bring it down. So look at that. We've got a great hitch cord ring size. And now let's take the, oops, this is not behaving. Sorry, got distracted. All right, so we got this, and now we've got the ring. And what we're gonna do next is take the legs and pull them. You wanna put your finger right here and make sure that this hitch cord loop doesn't move out of place, okay? So do that, and then take the legs in the back and create an elbow. So we're going to twist 180 degrees and create that elbow, and then we're going to take this leg, put it on this side, and this leg, put it on this side, okay? Next, we're going to take this leg and put it up through the bottom of the ring and the hitch cord ring on the right side of the rope. So we got the rope here, right side. Putting it up. Ready? Here we go. And then we're going to put this down, and then we're going to take this other leg and put it on the left side of the rope through both rings, okay? Here we go. Putting it through. And now you can pull it tight, because you want it to really cinch down at this point. And now we've got this elbow, which is a little lopsided, so we're going to fix that. The way you fix that is you just basically move it over, and on the side that it was lacking, so it was off to the left, so we're going to want to move it. We're going to move it to the right and pull this leg here. So pull that leg, and there you go. Now you can see we've got a very even elbow. Still could be a little more on this side. There we go. So now we've got a even elbow, and we've got this coil here. And now let's test it out. It'll depress, and then I'm gonna grab right here. This hitch self-tens, or manually tens. I'm not sure what the proper term for it is, but basically it tens very easily by basically grabbing both strands and pulling up, okay? So watch this. So you see how that grabbed? And then we can depress the coil. It'll go down and then pull up. See that? I'm pulling up, and it will grab and lock into place. This coil could be a little tighter. I didn't dress and set it as well as I would like, but you get the point. This hitch works. So I'm pulling up, and then it'll grab. Beautiful hitch. And I was inspired by Brocky, who's kind of, he taught me a lot. Probably 50% of what I know about hitches was taught to me by him. And as you can see, when you set this ring, it settles nicely, sort of, it goes right towards the edge on the top and bottom, but on the sides, it sort of goes in. And that's designed to make sure that when you're pulling or applying your weight to these hitch cord legs, the ring presses into this rope much more evenly. Maybe, I don't know. I can't prove it. But it seems logical that it might apply pressure more evenly than with the stitch hitch. Obviously, the majority of the pressure is going to be at these pressure points. Up here, down here, down here. But the stitch hitch only has it up here, up here, up here, up here. It doesn't have it around the sides of the ring. So that might, maybe increase the amount of friction in this ring against the rope. And of course, we have this elbow here that is designed to, basically pull this rope into it and create sort of like a micro bend. You won't really, it's hard to see. You can, if you look at this, you can see that it's bending the rope, okay? And it's forcing this edge here and this edge here onto the rope. So, that's really helpful with an SRS or SRT hitch that is designed to work without a rope wrench. This strain on the rope alleviates tension on the coil, which means that the coil will, unlike hitches that are not designed to work with an SRS system without a rope wrench, that, if you were to tie them on a rope without a rope wrench, you would have to basically, it might be either impossible to depress the coil, or it may be extremely difficult. And, if you were to slide a certain amount of distance and finally get the coil down, once you, let the depression off the coil, it'll lock into the rope, and you'll get stuck. So this, for me, worked without a rope wrench. I was able to consistently depress the coil without too much force. I would recommend that for anyone who wants to try this hitch. This here is a 8mm. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of this hitch cord. God, that's so unlike me. I must be out. I must be out of it. But this is a 8mm hitch cord. The type really doesn't matter. I was just trying to be informative. But this is an 8mm cord, and this is a 34mm ring. Now, for me personally, if I were wanting to use this size ring, 34mm, you know, you could go down to 28 for a 8mm hitch cord. That's what Brocky uses. He uses a 28mm ring for his stitched hitch. And so this theoretically would work similarly with an 8mm hitch cord. However, if you want to, I mean, I'm not saying this isn't going to work, but you might want to, this elbow gets sort of whacked out sometimes. So we want to optimize the system. So you can see when I'm going to the back here that there is quite a bit of space in this ring. Okay, you see the space on either side between the ring and the hitch cord. So what's ideal is you want to optimize the ring, and this will work. Okay, I used this, I tried this. This worked for me, the 8mm, but it didn't work as well as my 9.3mm Epicord by Teufelsberger. Okay. Oh, I remember. This is the HTC. I think it's by Teufelsberger. I think it's also by Teufelsberger. So this is the HTC, and this is a great hitch. It's got a lot of fuzz. It's very fuzzy. Okay. Oh, I have my. Wait. Okay. See the fuzz? It's very fuzzy, so it's very grabby. And the only thing I hate about this hitch cord is, and you can tell by this one that I've never used it. You know, I've got a ton of hitch cords, and I probably only ever use 10% of them, because the rest I want to use in my YouTube videos, and I want to keep them clean for that purpose. But this one, this would get dirty so quickly, and it would look terrible. But here we go. This is a Epicord, and this is 9.3mm. So I tied the hitch, this hitch here, with this, and man, it works so much better. Works so much better. Because this, I guess, I don't know, maybe this grabs too much. But I guess it depends on your rope size, because if you're using, you know, something up to 10mm, or even, this is an 11mm rope. And what I used in my test was actually my 11.8mm Adrenaline by Teufelsberger, and that is my go-to rope. I love that rope. It's just as good for MRS as SRS, and I just love it. It's got good hand, and it's just, you know, it's thick enough to not exhaust you when you're grabbing onto it, and so it's very supple. I love that rope. So that was what I was using to test this. But if you're using something at 11mm or a 10mm, you might find that this is better. So, yeah, I guess I'm kind of babbling at this point, but this is my Epicord here. Great cord. Worked perfect with this hitch. So, anyways, I'll shut up now. Thanks so much for watching. Check out my channel for more hitch how-tos, knot tutorials, and climb videos. And don't forget to subscribe. And thanks to everyone who has supported my channel along the way. I really appreciate it. Take care. Bye.